Jenna here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the anti-TBR tag. It was popular like a month ago, but I just wasn't doing it, much a month ago. And the other video that I had originally wanted, sorry, let me get better in frame. The original video that I had wanted to do today just isn't going to happen because I need more time on it since basically I make the video, then I upload it right away. So I thought, well, I'll just do a tag video, watch 4 or 5 videos till I get a sense of the questions, write the questions down. The original tag is from Nicole and her books. If I remember, I'll link it down below if I remember, because there's a lot going on that I have to remember to do it at, at a later date. So the first question is a popular book that you have no interest in reading, which that would be the Shades of Magic trilogy series by V.E. Schwab. I just have no interest in it. I've heard it pitched several different times, and I just don't have an interest in reading it. It's just one of those books where I'm just it sounds interesting in theory, but it just never really grabbed my attention. But it's one of those books that, everyone and their mom reads around here. I just don't have the interest in reading it. So that's a straight no for me. The next one is a classic or author that you have no interest in reading. That would be Jane Austen. Jane Austen, any of her novels. I tried to read Pride and Prejudice back when back in 2005? I think so. That movie came out. I wanted to read it. I picked up a copy of it from the bookstore. Tried to read it. I was like, no. Tried to read it probably 4 or 5 times before I was eventually I'm just never going to read this. I don't have the time. I don't have the attention span. There's other books that I actually want to get to. So I'm just going to skip that until next time. Bye-bye. And that goes for a lot of her novels. A lot of the classics. A lot of them. And a lot of older works. I just don't have the attention span or want to sit and figure it out. Not figure it out, but sit and actually have to have my academic brain on. That's not to say books are easy, but there's just a certain level that my brain has. There's probably 1 or 2 books on here that I actually do want to read that's like that. Oh, if we can get it down. Which, it's the Federalist Papers. That's one that I actually want to. So I will actually. And it's just the roundabout way that things are written back then. And my brain has to be on and focused. And it takes a lot out of me because a lot of times I don't like reading books like that. It's not that I don't like reading books that make me think. Because other books, like this makes me think, but it's written more in a way that, I'm used to nowadays. Where I don't have to have my brain be oh, okay, this is what they're saying, this is what they really mean, blah, 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 So I'm just classics like Jane Austen, just don't, no. But I'm sure if you enjoy it, it's not to say they're bad or anything. It's the way that they're written. It just doesn't do it for me. The author you have no interest in reading. And there's and then it's a problematic author. I just named Jane Austen for my classics, but the author I have no interest in reading. More modern day. Let's go more contemporary. Sarah J. Maas. Everyone loves her books. I just don't have an interest. Kind of like V.E. Schwab, I don't have an interest in reading their books. Oh, you get 2 for 1. Just don't. I've heard their books pitched. I tried to read, for Sarah Dumas, I actually did try to read A Court of Thorns and Roses is over there. It's probably going to be one of my next unhauls. Just, I don't have an interest in it. It just never stood out. Their books don't really stand out for me. I know everyone loves them, but they just don't stand out for me. And it's an author you tried, but, you just tried their books. And just, you couldn't get into them. So I read, this was like a while ago, I read the first 1.5 books of the Grisha trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. I read the first one, I was like, okay, it's fine. I don't see what the hype is around this, or her writing. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. I tried to read the second one, but I was like, I think either I tried to read it or I finished it. I don't remember. I think I gave them 3 stars, which for me is it's not a bad book. It's just average. It's okay. It's nothing special. And I have one of her other books behind me, and I tried to flip through the Six of Crows, Six of Crows, and I was just like, I don't see the big deal. But it's not doing it for me. If you love those books, great. Her writing just doesn't do it for me either. So, I hate writing off people completely. But, yeah. And I kind of didn't do the problematic author one. But, everyone's problematic. Everyone has their own issues. But, and I can't think of, other than J.K. Rowling, I can't think of anyone else that I'd try not to support anymore. It's a genre you have no interest in, or you can't get into. That's the horror genre. I don't like horror movies, and I don't. And the big person that stands out for me, whose books also that I'll never touch, is Stephen King. No. Because those kind of go hand in hand. I can't watch any of the movies or shows surrounding his books, and so I'm probably also never going to read his books either. That's a bonus one right there. But yeah, the horror genre, no, thank you. Just something that doesn't, if it works for you, great. It just doesn't work for me. A book you bought but won't ever read. It's everyone's favorite biography of Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow. There are a lot of reasons why I won't read this. First of all, it's almost 800 pages. That's not to say I don't. I have an 800-page book on its way to me right now. That doesn't mean I won't ever read big books. I have another one over there that I started that I still need to finish. But when it comes to, there's a lot of reasons that I will never finish this biography. I will never finish it. I will never read this. First of all, it's just how in depth you need to go. Second of all, I've read probably a couple different biographies at this point. Some of them straight up, some of them surrounding certain events, the Revolutionary War. So I just don't need an in-depth. I bought it so I can own it, but that's basically why I bought it. And I basically knew when I bought it. I'm probably never going to read it, but I want to own it. So it lives on the shelf. I'm probably going to move it to my bedroom shelf. Oh, here's the shelf. Books that TBR books, and then the shelf in my bedroom is finished books. Maybe one day if I'm feeling spacey, I will shake it up. But the books, yeah. So, and then I have another shelf over there, which is also TBR books. But yeah, I knew buying it, I probably was never going to read it, or if I did, it was going to take me forever. So, yeah. There's a lot of other reasons. But anyways, a series, no interest in or you DNF'd. That's the Chronicles of Narnia. It's such a random one, right? I read up to the Silverchair, halfway through the Silverchair. Never finished the Silverchair. Tried to go back and read the Silverchair. Cannot finish it for whatever reason. Every time I try to, I'm like, meh. Bye. And then, so I have never read that or The Last Battle. At this point in my life, I'm never going to. If perhaps on a whim, I would go back and read like the entirety of the series in a different way. Maybe. Because I read them in a very interesting order. Because I was following a guide of how to read. One of those how to read guides. I just don't, at this point in my life. Because I got the series when I was in high school. Yeah, there's other books I want to read. They're very short books, just not going to finish it at this point. There's no reason to hang on to it. And so there's that. I'm just making sure I hit everything. And then a new release, don't have any interest in reading. I think it's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I think that's what it's called. I know nothing about it, but everyone's like, oh my gosh, it sounds amazing. It's amazing. And then I read someone's review, like one of my friends' review of it on Goodreads, and I was just, and she rated it pretty low, and I kind of read it, and I was like, yeah, with everything summed up from that and the actual summary of the book, not going to read it. It's great if you love it. It's just, not gonna read it. There's books right here that I actually want to get to. Actually, some of them I really don't want to. I need to go through my shelves. Sooner or later. Not yet. Okay, that's it for today. That's the anti-TBR tag. Hopefully I remember this time to actually post the link. I should have time. I should have time to do it today. There's something weird going on with my internet, but I should have time to do it today. Okay, that's it for that. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!